Hello everyone, this is Glenda Winkleman and welcome back to Creative Grandma. It's Stitch of the Week time and this week's stitch is called the Textured Rug Stitch. It's stitch number 235. It is available on my website, creativegrandma.net. Just go to the website and in the top banner you will see a banner that says Stitch of the Week. Click on that. It will take you right to the page with all my Stitch of the Weeks. You can click on the photo and it'll take you to the YouTube video to show you how to do the stitch. Or if you click on the words that say what stitch it is, it will take you to a free immediate download and you can download this stitch pattern right to your computer. So this stitch, I wanted to make a rug and I wanted a stitch that was kind of, thick and puffy. So I designed this textured rug stitch, a very simple 2-row repeat. This is my first sample here. This one I change colors every row. I started with the white, I changed with a multi, did a single crochet row of the white, did the puff stitch in the multicolor. So this is when you change colors every row. My second sample here is where I change colors every 2 rows. So you can kind of see the difference. A little bit of white showing through, and this one just has a really nice uniform look where you change colors every 2 rows. And then I have my basic white that I always do, the classic white. This is where you use one solid color throughout your design. So for this pattern, this is a multiple of 2. So if you want to work your sample along with me, you will need whatever yarn you want to use. I'm using a worsted weight and I'm using a size 10J 6mm hook. So you will need to chain 22. So get your 22 ready. I'm going to grab my yarn, make my chain, and I'll be right back to get the simple stitch started. I had my chain 22 ready and I chose this beautiful Red Heart Super Saver in the color number 512 Turquoise. This is just such a beautiful, pretty shade of blue. So that's what I chose. So get your chain 22 ready, and our first row is going to be a simple row of just single crochet. So we're going to skip our first chain here, and we're going to single crochet into the second chain. So skip the first chain, insert your hook into that second chain, yarn over the hook, pull it through that chain, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. You just made your first single crochet. Find your next chain, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over the hook, pull it through the chain, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. That's a single crochet. I'll show you one more time. Find your next chain. If you're not sure, just stretch your chain a little bit and just look for your chains. You can see how that slants. There's a little hole underneath that. That's your next chain. Insert into that next chain, yarn over the hook, pull it through the chain, 2 loops on hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. So you're going to repeat that across. You're just going to insert into the next chain and work a single crochet. So repeat across to the end. I will meet you at the last chain and show you how to do your last single crochet across. And then we'll turn and do row 2. I'm over at the end of row 1. I have my last chain here. I'm going to insert into that last chain and work a single crochet. Row 1 is finished. You started with the chain 22 and you should end with 21 single crochet across. So to start row 2, we're going to chain 1. Now row 1 will be classified as the wrong side of your work. Row 2 will be classified as the right side because that is the row the puff stitches are formed. So to begin, you want to make sure you skip this chain 1 space. If you work in that, your work will gradually increase on the side and you do not want that. So skip this chain 1 space, go down into your first single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over the hook and pull through 2 loops. You just worked 1 single crochet into your beginning single crochet stitch. So now we're going to work our puff stitch. So yarn over the hook twice, insert into that next single crochet, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch. You have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops, leaving this last loop on your hook and the last loop of that single crochet. So you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over the hook twice, insert into that same single crochet stitch, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch. You have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. You now have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. You're going to bend this stitch forward towards you, and then you're going to insert your hook into that next stitch. You might want to pull your stitches back so you can see it. It's right here, because this one stitch will want to move over. So insert into that next stitch, and you're going to work a single crochet. And that will be your repeat across. So let's do it one more time. We're going to make our puff stitch. So find your next stitch, yarn over the hook twice, insert into that next single crochet, yarn over the hook and pull through that stitch. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. We're going to leave that loop on the hook and you'll have 2 loops. Yarn over the hook twice, insert into that same stitch, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch. You now have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only. You have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only. You have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over the hook and pull it through all 3 loops on your hook. You're going to bend this stitch forward towards you. You're going to find that next stitch, that next single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over the hook, pull it through the stitch, 2 loops on hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. You just made a single crochet. So let me show you one more time and then you'll continue across. Our repeat starts with our puff stitch, yarn over the hook twice, insert into that next single crochet, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch, 4 loops on hook, yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only, 3 loops on hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops only. Now we're going to work our second part of that puff stitch, yarn over the hook twice, insert into that next stitch, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch, yarn over the hook, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through all 3 loops on hook. Bend that puff stitch down towards you, insert your hook into that next single crochet, yarn over the hook, pull it through that stitch, 2 loops on hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through 2 loops. And you just worked your single crochet. So that is the repeat. You're going to work a puff stitch in the next single crochet, a single crochet in the next single crochet, a puff stitch in the next stitch, a single crochet in the next stitch. You're going to repeat that across and you will end with a single crochet into your last stitch. So I will be back. I'll show you where that last stitch is to work that last single crochet. Then we'll work row 3. I'm at the end of row 2 and this is what your work should look like so far. I'm over at my last stitch. So if you're not sure where your last stitch is, just turn it towards you and look for that little heart-shaped stitch there. Insert your hook underneath those 2 strands and you're going to work a single crochet. So now we're going to start row 3, which row 3 is a very simple row of just single crochet. we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work. We're going to skip this beginning chain 1 space, and you're going to insert your hook into that beginning single crochet. Yarn over the hook, pull it through, 2 loops on hook, yarn over, and pull it through 2 loops. You just worked your single crochet in your beginning single crochet. So now we're going to insert our hook into the next stitch, which is your puff stitch. Yarn over the hook and work a single crochet. You're going to find your next stitch. Here's our single crochet, insert into that next single crochet and work a single crochet. Find your next stitch, which is the puff stitch here. You're going to go underneath those 2 strands of that next stitch, and you're going to work a single crochet. So basically, row 3 is just working 1 single crochet in each stitch across. So we're going to work, this is your repeat, insert into the next puff stitch and work a single crochet. Insert into the next single crochet and work a single crochet. So just basically work 1 single crochet in each stitch across until you get to the end of row 3. I will meet you there and we'll turn our work. I am over at the end of row 3, and this is the wrong side of your work, and this is what it should look like. So I'm over here and I'm going to work my single crochet in the last stitch across. So again, when you're new to crocheting and you're on the back side of your work and you're not sure where your stitch is when you start and finish a row, just turn that work and look for that heart-shaped, and I call this the rainbow bar. So when you're working your work, when you see this little bar that kind of looks like a little rainbow going up over the end, that's the end of your row. So you know you have 1 stitch left. So this is my last single crochet. I'm going to insert under those 2 strands and work my last single crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work. So now all you're going to do is repeat rows 2 and 3 for your pattern. So let me show you my samples again. Very quick and easy. Once you do the puff stitch a couple times, you'll get the hang of it. So this is where you change colors every row. And I just used white in between the variegated multicolor. This is where I change colors every 2 rows. Very, very pretty, this one. And then this is where I just use the solid color. I hope you enjoyed this week's Stitch of the Week, pattern number 235, the textured rug stitch. This stitch is also excellent for if you want a nice heavy afghan for the winter months, just to get that chill away and add some warmth to your bedding. This is just a wonderful, heavy, cozy stitch pattern. Now, this stitch pattern I made because I'm going to be using more than 1 strand. This sample was made using 1, but for the rug I'm designing, I'm going to be using multiple skeins of yarn to make it really thick for that rug, and that should be coming in the next couple weeks. So get creative, see what you can do with these Stitch of the Weeks. Anything's possible. And please check out creativegrandma.net. Get on there. I have every Stitch of the Week that's available. Just click that banner at the top of the website. You can click the shop button and go right to Creative Grandma and see all my patterns I have available. So everybody, thanks for stopping by. I enjoyed crocheting with you. Until next time, happy crocheting.